Come with me, I'm headed down the right path. I feel so brave, my head held high and I'm showing class. Dreams ignited, every day I truly give my best. I'm thriving excitedly to be the very best version of myself. I'm so bold and I'm so brilliant. I feel amazing, I feel so resilient. I'm so bold and I'm so brilliant. Feel so amazing, I feel so resilient.
Hello, and thank you for tuning in to the Chundria Show. I'm your host, Chundria Brownlee. This is the 10th episode of our 5th season of the Chundria Show, and I'm so grateful that you're watching this program on this station. And I'm also excited about both of my special guests today. Sylvia Brownlee, CEO and founder of Skin by Brownlee Co., as well as Paige Wallace, CEO and founder of No Waste Allowed Shapewear Company. And to mark the end of the amazing 5th season, I'll close out this episode with some amazing highlights and moments from this incredible season. Now let's get started.
Get to know Sylvia Brownlee. She's an acne specialist and the founder of her own skincare company called Skin by Brownlee Co. Now available on Target.com. Sylvia Brownlee, welcome to the Chundria Show.
How are you today?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me.
Yes, you are doing well. My goodness, I'm so proud of you. I'm just meeting you today, but I'm so proud to read about all of your accomplishments. And so we'll go ahead and get started today. So let's start. A major congrats to you for having your Skin by Brownlee and Company available on Target.com. What or who do you attribute to your personal success?
Thank you so much. Hard work. Hard work it pays off, I would definitely say, and having an amazing support system is key as well. One thing I've learned is you can't do it by yourself. And a team is so necessary.
You're absolutely right about the team. It takes a group effort to be successful, and I'm glad that you see that and you acknowledge, your hard work, and then those around you that have been lifting you up as well. What sets your skincare brand apart from others?
I think the big thing is that experience that I give my clients, whether they are local or anywhere in the world, being that I'm an esthetician, I'm able to guide them and help them to get their skin to be where they want it to be. A lot of my clients deal with acne and hyperpigmentation, which can really affect your self-esteem and confidence. And I personally have dealt with acne, and I know how that makes you feel. And so working with people that are dealing with that and going through that process, it's easy for me to understand the highs and lows that they go through and to be able to just work with them along that process.
You said that you had your own bout with experiencing issues with skincare. Was that the catalyst for creating your own skin line? Were you able to create what you were seeking at that time? Take me back to when you were dealing with your own skincare issues.
Well, I still deal with them even today. Having acne is something you can clear, but you cannot cure. And I think that's the misconception, and a lot of people don't understand. It is a lifestyle change. So it's not just the products that we use, but it's everything we put into our body and what we're exposed to. So I teach my clients a whole lifestyle change. And yes, that is the reason that I started the skincare line, is because I would get products from here and there from different lines. And I wanted to have something where I can pick everything I needed for my clients and I can have that at hand. And so here we are.
Here we are. Look at that. And I can relate because I've been a long time sufferer of eczema and childhood eczema. And I feel like my eczema worsened as when I got older. So I'm not even sure how. I mean, I know there's cure for it, but how is it worse as an adult than it was when I was 10? Like, I don't understand. So I definitely understand that. And you're right, it is a lifestyle change. You do have to identify, what your triggers are, what flares, things up. And I know the list of things I have to stay away from, or the things, if I have them, I know why I'm having flare-ups. So you're right, it is a lifestyle change, and it's something you have to be really mindful of, while you have it.
One of the biggest things, I have a skincare app called Skin by Brownlee Co. And so my clients download that and they upload their food diary there. And that allows me to see what they're eating on a daily basis so that we can, like you mentioned, discover their triggers. And then that way we know, like, okay, we're going to stay away from the peanuts and the peanut butter because it does not like us. But if you decide to treat yourself, you know what the consequences are. So you can kind of make that choice on your own once you've known, like, okay, this is a trigger for me. I'm staying away from it.
Very smart, very smart. What are your top 4 products that you have? I know that your brand offers so much. But what are your top?
So our top 4 products are the ones that are in Target right now on Target.com, and it is the Balancing Cleanser, which is a great cleanser because it's for all skin types. And then our Blemish Chaser, which is that is to treat your acne. So that's going to provide oxygen to the pores, and acne does not like the presence of oxygen. Then we have our lovely Cryo Ball that everybody goes crazy about. And it is a tool to cool the skin, to help reduce inflammation. And then our Hydro Balance Moisturizer, which is lightweight, but hydrating, but it won't clog the pores.
Wow, sounds like a great lineup of products.
Thank you.
Really helpful though too. And what's one ingredient you pride yourself on including in your products?
Oh, that's hard. So the Blemish Chaser, the ingredient there is benzoyl peroxide, but it's a very gentle ingredient. And that's important because it's how you use it. So a lot of people always want to overuse things and thinking that, oh, okay, the more I use, the quicker it's going to work. Not so true. You want to do less is more always. And when you're using that type of product, you want to avoid kind of like the corners of the mouth, the smile lines, and the eye area, and just kind of go on the perimeter of the skin to help with those breakouts.
Awesome. You're helping me. You're giving me tips today. I'm so grateful. And I'm really going to look more into your line as well. This is really phenomenal. What you're doing, because skincare issues are so far and wide in between. There's so many sufferers out here, especially with melanated skin, and so I'm absolutely really grateful that you've made this your business, not only because you can relate to every one of your customers.
Absolutely. I think another big thing is that we haven't talked about yet is sunscreen. A lot of African American women feel, oh, I don't need sunscreen. I have enough melanin. I don't need to cover it up, but we all do need it. And that's what keeps us looking young. If you look at a woman in her 50s that never wore sunscreen versus a woman in her 50s that did, you'll see a big difference. So moving forward, I want all my ladies and men to start wearing sunscreen. And if you're 25 and older, you should be anti-aging. You should be using products that are anti-aging. And I think a lot of times people think, oh, no, not to my 30s and 40s. Not the case. We want to start now.
Okay, that's smart. It's an excellent tip. Let's talk about your humble beginnings. I know you experienced your own bout with skincare issues, with acne and things like that. But when did the light bulb go off that you wanted to be an advocate, for others as a specialist?
Yeah, so I actually went to aesthetic school, cosmetology school, when I was a junior in high school. So back then they had it as a vocational program. So I did my junior and senior year along with my academics, and I graduated and got my license right away. I wasn't sure exactly what I wanted to do, but I knew I wanted to be in the beauty industry. So I did a little bit of hair, and I immediately knew it was a no. That was not my thing. I was not great at it. I didn't love doing it. And so then I dabbled in nails a little bit, and it wasn't bad. But when I did skin, it just was that feeling that I'm like, I can make a change. Like I can really do something to help women. And I just fell in love with skincare. And so I did in the beginning. I worked for a pretty large salon, and it was more of the relaxation type facials. It wasn't more of treatments, if you will. As I went on, I realized I wanted to give more. I was like, okay, there's still something missing. And I didn't really know what it was until I started to work for myself. And I kept saying, like, I just want to focus on acne and hyperpigmentation. I just want to focus on acne and hyperpigmentation. And I think just speaking that into existence, honestly, when I first started as an esthetician, I literally did everything. I was doing brows, lashes, waxing, facials, all of it. And I decided, like, I want to specialize in what I want to learn. I want to specialize in acne and hyperpigmentation. And so from there on, I took only classes that related to what I wanted to focus on. and business. So if it wasn't acne or hyperpigmentation or business, I wasn't taking it. And that's where my focus landed there. And the more focused I got, the more my business grew.
And look at you now. I'm so proud of you. I can't get over it. Oh man. Okay, so then I'll ask you this. What word of encouragement can you offer any entrepreneurs out there that are working tirelessly to thrive in their businesses during this global pandemic? What word of encouragement can you offer them today? Learn to
pivot. During the shutdown. So the first bout of the pandemic, we had to shut down from March to June here. And in the first couple weeks, you're kind of like, okay, what's going to happen? Or how long are we going to be closed? Oh my God. And I just started I was already doing virtual consultations, but those picked up like big time. And I'm like, okay, this is fine. So I would do virtual consults, and then I would come in and I would still ship out my products to my clients, follow up with them. I started texting them. I started emailing them. Hey, how's your skin doing? Let's jump on a call. Let's do a FaceTime. Here's the Zoom link. And things just worked really well. I didn't really miss a beat during the pandemic, luckily, other than having that face-to-face one-on-one contact that, you always love, and seeing your clients and things like that. But it allowed me to stay in touch with them doing the Zooms and the virtual consultations. So one thing I would say is definitely learn to pivot. The other thing I would say is have a plan. If you do not have a plan, someone else will give you theirs for you. People think, oh, well, how about you try this? Or how about you try this? Have a plan and know what you want to do and write it down and stick to it. Journaling helps me so much. I have so many books that I've just written down ideas, goals, and then I go back and look like, oh, that was a good idea. I haven't done that yet. Or, oh, I did that. It worked well. I should go back and do it again. I think that's super important.
Fantastic. I love the journaling. I'm a big advocate for that.
Mm-hmm.
And then bringing those things that you want to life, and then also having that refresher, because you're going to have good ideas all the time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Them. I'm a Google Drive kind of girl. I have a million.
Yes.
Google Drive. Well, what you're doing is absolutely splendid, Sylvia. I want to thank you so much for being my special guest right here on the Chundria Show. Get to know Paige Wallace. She's the CEO of No Waste Allowed, a multi-million-dollar shapewear business that has provided shapewear for various celebrities and influencers, including Lil' Kim, Remy Ma, Cash Doll, Super Scent, Emily B, and many more. Paige Wallace, welcome to the Chundria Show. How are you today?
Thank you for having me. I'm doing well. Thank you.
Yes, you are, entrepreneur. So let's dive on in. Tell me about your company, No Waste Allowed, and some of your top selling products.
No Waste Allowed is, yes, a shapewear company, but we do offer much more than shapewear. I take pride in the confidence that I give my customers, and just how I help them subside that just not feeling, up to par, or just feeling themselves. So I just help them, feel good. And I always say it's much more than shapewear. It's a sisterhood, because I allow women to come to me or just come to my page and just be completely honest about, hey, I woke up this morning and I hated my mom body. Like a lot of places, they get bashed for saying, things on, as honest, such as that. But at No Waste Allowed, we offer, a safe space to say things like that, just to have a release, and then to also physically, get in shape with our workout items, and just to look good in your clothes with our undergarments. And yeah, it's more than a shapewear company, but of course it is a shapewear company.
I love that. I love that you're selling empowerment. You're selling
Yes.
sisterhood. You're selling goals too. You're in a sense, it's almost like you're an accountability partner for women to be more confident, reach their goals, feel their most confident selves. And I think that's amazing, what you've created thus far. What are some of your personal favorites of your products?
It'll have to be my side zipper bodysuit. It's actually a custom patent shapewear that No Waste Allowed has, so you can only get it from us. And then it'll have to be like one of my top sellers, which is the adjustable body wrap, which has been everywhere. And then lastly, I'd have to say the butt lifting shorts, because like I am a fan of a big round booty. So I just love everything that butt lifts. So that's my top 3.
Awesome. I love Orange You Cute. That's my favorite. Orange
Yeah.
You Cute is so cute. So how do you design? You take a sketch pad and design your products? How does it come to life?
Not all of them. Some of them are custom and patented. So basically I'll take a sketch and I'll, just basically what I do is I try to find things that are good for me. And I know if it's good for me, it's good for someone else like me. So basically I will sketch something that will fit a curvy body as mine, to accommodate other curvy women. And now, send it to the manufacturer and, I have them, make it and everything like that. But I'm starting to actually customize much more of my items. So,
wow.
yeah.
I mean, you have to be so proud of yourself for what you've accomplished, how you've grown this business, how you have these products, how you're helping people all over the world. What inspired you to join the retail industry?
I've always been able to sell, honestly. Sales are my favorite. It's not the easiest for many, but for me, honestly, sales are easy. I can eat, sleep. I can make someone buy literally anything. So actually my dad groomed me into it when I was younger, and he made me believe that I couldn't sell anything. So, getting into the shapewear industry was it was easy for me because I was being honest, most of all. And I was able to give myself and not have to put up a front. So it was easy as far as that, because I didn't have to pretend when I got on camera. I was able to tell them, hey, I got surgery. Hey, this shapewear works for people who has had surgery, who haven't had surgery. So it was easy. I'm very convincing, but I was honest in the process. So I've always wanted the fact that I've been able to sell anything. Or when I was younger, a lot of people would ask me, oh, where did you get that? Anything that I had on, or, that my parents got me, someone else wanted to buy it for their kid, or some kid telling their parents, oh, Paige has that, so I want that. So I guess I've always been into sales, not knowing it.
You were a baby influencer in the making already. Right. Now, in just under 2 years, you have provided shapewear for various celebrities and influencers. As an entrepreneur, what achievements are you most proud of so far?
I can say I am most proud of my returning customer rate. The celebrities are cool and all, and the influencers are great, but I can't say I'm most proud of that. Because I mean, as long as you have a good product, you're gonna make, they're gonna like it. But for me to have a person on my Shopify list who has returned over 25 times, and I only have about 20 items, lets me know that, okay, like I'm doing a very good job. So I'm most proud of being able to have someone to return back, because it's good to make a sale. But when you can have a loyal customer that keeps bringing you money, that keeps shopping with you, that keeps trusting you to send out a good product and something that will be good for them, that just makes me happy, because it lets me know that I'm doing a good job. It lets me know that you're selling a great product, and you make people feel good. To have a person who goes to work every day for their money to come and spend, to come and purchase 25 items from me, just lets me know that it's not because you have a celebrity posting you. It's because your stuff is really good and people love it. So that just warms my heart to know that I'm actually selling something that's really changing lives.
Excellent products, it sounds like, right?
Yes.
Returning customers, and then with your amazing sales skills, I heard you say you could sell water to a fish. So
I really can.
This is why you need this water, fish,
Right? Yeah.
So before we close out, what's an encouraging word that you can give to anyone watching to practice self-love and embrace themselves at all sizes?
Never compare yourself to anyone else. Even if you're wanting to change your body or you're wanting to work out, never put someone else as your body goals. Never look at someone else and say, I want to look like them, because you will make yourself insecure. I found myself doing that a lot until I realized that I only needed to be the best version of me. And that has helped me with body dysmorphia. It's helped me with just, being insecure all in all. Just to be the best version of Paige has made me work even harder just to challenge myself. I just feel like when you look at other people and you say you want to be this or you want to be like that, like you're measuring your success to their success, and it's not the same. So my advice would be is to focus on yourself and try to be the best version of you, whether it's physically, mentally, emotionally. Don't rush your process. Don't look at someone else and say, well, they've done it in 2 months. Why is it taking me 2 years? Because most times when it's taking you longer, your reward is greater. And that goes for everything. And I put God in everything. So that's it.
Well, kudos to you. You've done an amazing job. You have an amazing company and an awesome spirit. So keep up the amazing work. I want to thank you for being my special guest today. I really hope you enjoyed those amazing interviews with my special guest, female entrepreneurs. Now, check out some fun, spectacular, and inspirational moments from season 5's special guest.
Oh. And let me just say, these questions are for the viewers who just may want to know a little bit more about you. A lot of these I know, the answer to, but everything. I'm just going to ask anyway. All right. So my first question, are you a morning person or a night person? I already know the answer to that question.
I'm a morning. I'm just kidding. I am not a morning person. I am definitely a night owl. Always been. I like to tell people my mother worked nights at the post office when she was pregnant with me. So my running joke has been that it's her fault that I'm a night owl, because mom was working nights at the post office when she was carrying me. And even after I was born, she continued to do that for a while. So she would be up, I would be up, still kicking it. So yes, I am definitely a night owl. Mornings are generally hard. And even if I'm tired in the evening, it's the weirdest thing. Even if I'm tired in the evening, I'll come home and be like, I am so exhausted. I am so tired. I will not go to sleep. And then this one over here is the morning person. So I don't know how the night owl marries the morning person, but somehow it works.
Somehow, ladies and gentlemen.
We're going to move over to lip care. Are there some things we can do to keep our lips from being chapped?
All right, so this is a topic that I absolutely love, and I love to share something that most people probably don't know. So there are glands, obviously, in our skin, and the lip area is an area where we lack glands that, in particular, produce that oil that creates moisture in the skin. So basically, the moral of that story is you cannot hydrate the lips from the inside out. So if you drink your 8 glasses of water a day, that is not going to nourish your lips. Your lips are just a part of the body that you actually have to put moisture on. And a lot of women don't know that. A lot of people don't know that. Everyone suffers from dry lips. So what you need to be looking for, and my tip is find a treatment, a lip treatment, a lip balm, a lip mask that you love the texture of, that you feel like you could put on every single day. And the best time to be treating your lips is actually at night.
It's a brand new year, right? A brand new year with new financial goals. Dr. Bennett, what advice do you have for us to get in the right money mindset this year?
I would say start how you want to finish. A lot of people will give you advice, just say, scale up. And I do believe that once you know better, you do better. But in the meantime, you just do. But I would just say, in an effort to not waste time or resources, start with a plan. Know exactly where you want to go and behave as if you're already halfway there, because more often than not, you are.
Oh, so true. And that's you're talking to me right now. I can raise my hand on that one, because sometimes we're in the race to get to the next goal. You set the goal, you meet the goal, it's already time for the next goal. And I'm wholeheartedly guilty of that, of not spending enough time celebrating the win. You're already off to your right, embracing and enjoying those moments, those achievements, big or small, to celebrate that. Doree, What do you think? What are your thoughts on that? On you know, waiting and not being stressed out, not having anxiety while you wait on your goals to come to you.
Yeah, you guys are speaking my language. Like that is me. Like you're talking to me too. Like I think it's important for us to celebrate small wins along the way, whatever progress you're making toward your goal or having the baby or whatever that big thing is, or the smaller thing that you're trying to do. I also think it's important to have some kind of cheerleader in your corner, whether it's your partner or your mom or your best friend, whoever, someone that really knows you and has seen you work and see you do the thing, and can go ahead and motivate you and encourage you when you feel down.
I agree with you wholeheartedly. And sometimes I think about like, you know, starting out before there was so much technology in the creative space, you know, before there were the YouTubes and things like that, where you really did have to put the work in to learn whatever it was you were trying to learn or craft. I mean, I think it's really dope that you were sowing seeds in yourself. I mean, even if it took 11 months, I think you probably would have been happy if it took 5 years. You know, when you finally got, you know, it kind of solidifies that I know I'm headed in the right direction. And those little reminders that, you know, even if it's a year later, when you got the call back, like you said, you never let it go. Right. And you mentioned, you know, obviously aspiring creatives, aspiring photographers, a new generation, you know, are starting out. What encouraging words do you have for someone who's just setting out, an aspiring photographer who looks forward to growing creatively and elevating professionally the way that you have? What words of encouragement do you have?
I think that the biggest thing I can say, there's two things, but the first and most prominent one is you have to be an apprentice for somebody. I feel like apprenticeship is dying. The idea of it, everything about apprenticeship is dying. Everybody just wants to do it on their own and do it quickly. Mm-hmm. And it's possible to do that. I mean, there have been people that have done that, but a lot of those people are not here today. They had their 15 minutes of fame.
And that is the official wrap for season 5 of the Chundria Show. A special thanks goes out to the entire Chundria Show team, every one of my amazing guests, this incredible station for broadcasting, and to you for watching the Chundria Show. This is truly a team effort, and the success of the Chundria Show is shared. Now, in the meantime, take care, remain safe, and continue to have a fantastic year ahead. And check us out online at www.thechundriashow.com. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at The Chundria Show. Take care. Bye-bye.
Come with me. I'm headed down the right path. I feel so brave. My head held high and I'm showing class. Dreams ignited. Every day I truly give my best. I'm thriving excitedly to be the very best version of myself. I'm so bold and I'm so